Welcome back to the Cape Media News Sports segment. I'm your host and local sports guy, Ryan Downs. We got a full slate of games for you, so let's get right into this week's recap. In a matchup marked by relentless rain and wind, Barnstable High School's football team secured a 21-0 victory on Friday night against New Bedford. Barnstable kicked off to start the game. After a strong defensive stand, they forced New Bedford to punt on their opening drive. Barnstable took over at the New Bedford 34-yard line, and running back Jason Dyer wasted no time, bouncing outside on the very first play and sprinting to the end zone, putting Barnstable ahead 7-0 with 9:39 left in the first quarter. The first quarter wound down. Barnstable quarterback Kyle Coffin showcased his speed and decision-making by executing an option play that resulted in him keeping it and going untouched 52 yards for a touchdown. The extra point kick was good to make Barnstable's lead 14-0 as the quarter concluded. New Bedford struggled offensively, unable to establish a rhythm against Barnstable's relentless defense. Following another 3-and-out, Barnstable took over on their own 35-yard line and orchestrated a grueling 65-yard drive, eating up a ton of clock in the process. Coffin capped off the drive with a 4th-and-goal touchdown from the 4-yard line, with another successful point-after attempt, pushing the score to 21-0 with just 1:40 remaining in the first half. After halftime, Barnstable received the ball, but faced difficulties moving against the harsh weather. A mishandled punt allowed New Bedford to take possession on Barnstable's 25-yard line, but Barnstable's resilient defense stood firm. Junior safety Josh Ferguson intercepted a New Bedford pass in the end zone, maintaining the shutout. The second half was marked by a defensive battle, with neither team managing to threaten the end zone again. As the final whistle blew, Barnstable came out on top with a 21-0 win, showcasing their strength on both sides of the ball in tough conditions. Barnstable High School's volleyball team won on Monday night, defeating Falmouth in straight sets during the annual Dig Yellow game, dedicated to Olivia Brote and raising awareness for childhood cancer. The special event featured the team wearing yellow uniforms to honor the occasion. Barnstable swept with set scores of 25-12, 25-15, and 25-16. And the Barnstable High School pep band was in attendance, energizing the crowd with fight chants that added to the lively atmosphere. Leading the offensive charge, Alyssa McDowell recorded 11 kills on 19 attempts, while Molly Gleason also contributed 10 kills. Setter Tegan Garrity stood out with a match-high 22 assists, facilitating the team's dynamic play. With this victory, Barnstable improves to 7-1 overall and remains undefeated at 3-0 in the Cape and Islands League. Barnstable's varsity boys soccer defeated Monomoy on Wednesday in dominant fashion with a final score of 10-0. The Redhawks got off to a stunning start, scoring just 20 seconds into the match. Barnstable's number 10 launched a perfectly placed shot that soared over the goalkeeper's hand and nestled into the top shelf of the net. Monomoy initially responded with intensity, pushing hard for the next 10 minutes. However, Barnstable quickly regained control, extending the lead to 2-0 on a controversial play where an offsides call went unmade. As the half progressed, Monomoy's offense had no answers to Barnstable's defensive efforts, cutting off passing lanes and preventing any significant threats. The Redhawks struck again, making it 3-0 with 23 minutes left in the half when number 20 found the back of the net. Monomoy called a timeout to regroup. Barnstable continued to pour on the pressure, scoring a 4th goal with 21 minutes left, a tap-in by number 19 assisted by number 9. And moments later, number 9 showcased his skills by heading the ball over Monomoy goalkeeper after a misplayed ball, allowing it to trickle into the net for a 5-0 lead with 19 minutes remaining in the half. The captain of the Redhawks, number 9, was far from finished. With 18 minutes left before the half, he intercepted a free kick from Monomoy's goalkeeper and swiftly fired it back at the net, extending the lead to 6-0. As the first half came to a close, Barnstable added one more goal, bringing the score to 7-0 with just 4 minutes remaining. By the end of the first half, number 9 had already tallied an impressive 3 goals and 3 assists. The second half saw Barnstable shift focus to their younger talent, who continued to dominate. They added 3 more goals, leaving Monomoy overwhelmed and unable to respond. The final score stood at 10-0. And in a tightly contested field hockey match yesterday, DY and Monomoy ended in a 1-1 draw after both teams battled through tough, challenging conditions. With the game time moved up to avoid forecasted rain, Monomoy struck first, taking a 1-0 lead that they maintained for much of the contest. Despite their advantage, Monomoy couldn't capitalize any further, as DY pushed back hard, creating several corner opportunities as the game progressed. As the clock wound down, DY's persistence paid off. With less than 10 minutes remaining, they managed to find the back of the net, equalizing the score at 1-1. In the final minutes, DY tightened their defense, holding off Monomoy's attempts to regain the lead. And you couldn't help but notice DY's excitement after tying the game, as they rushed their goalie. And that's it for this week's sports update.